Our next coach, I believe, is going to be Jason Messier from Chatham Charter. Got those two CHs back to back, guys. Y'all confused me a little bit, but that's okay. So, Coach Jason Messier and Coach, I'm going to spotlight you for everybody here, and I'll just ask you to say and spell your first and last name so folks have that for the record. They make sure they can get it right in their stories, and then make a brief opening statement, and we'll take questions.
Good morning. My name is Jason Messier, Jason Messier. I'm really excited about this opportunity to play in the state championship game. Obviously, every season, that's the goal of a team, to play that last final game. And this year, we've been fortunate through hard work to get to that point.
All right, questions for the folks at Chatham Charter. Victor Hensley, go ahead.
Good morning, Coach Messier. How you doing?
Good morning.
Victor Hensley, Chatham News and Record. You've been the head coach of Chatham Charter for 8 seasons now. You guys have, had a program for only 8 seasons at this point. And every single year, it seems like you guys are inching closer and closer to this moment that you guys are in right now. What is it about this team specifically that helped you guys finally get over that hump and make it to a state title game?
Well, this particular team, not having any seniors has relied on our juniors to help get to this point. We put in a lot of work in the summer, as previous coaches have said, and we trusted the process. They believed in each other. Defensively, we've ridden that to this point. We get after it on defense. We come to practice every day and work on the fundamentals of the game, and those are what we stress over and over. And the guys have bought in. They bought into it, and that's all I can ask. They leave everything they have on that court.
Coach Gene Gown with the Chatham Journal. What are your feelings about playing at Reynolds Coliseum? And you folks are going to be playing before the Northwood girls team. I assume we're going to have a bunch of Chatham County folks there. So are you prepping your players? How are you handling your schedule? And how are you handling preparing them for the big game that they've never been to before?
Well, we haven't really changed anything. We're super excited about playing at Reynolds. I've been to a bunch of state championship games at Reynolds Coliseum, and I think it's a great environment, especially for a high school championship game. So we're super excited about that. As far as our practice routines, the only thing different we've done is, we had a shorter practice yesterday, but we're not really changing anything. How we approach the game, we work on fundamentals every day. We work on defense every day. We've had some coaches reach out to us, possibly going to other gyms to practice. Our court is an 84-foot court, and we will be playing on a 94-foot court. So we've had coaches reach out, offering their gyms for us to practice. But we approach business as usual, and that's how we've gone about all season, regardless of who we're playing. We do obviously understand the realization that this is the biggest game of their career. But we don't want to change anything that we do. What we've done has gotten us to this point, and so we're continuing to do that. So the school is having, we're having a pep rally on Friday for the boys, and so that's going to be super exciting for them. Being that we're a K-12 school, we'll have the whole school in the building in our gym to celebrate these young men and their accomplishments. And Saturday we'll do our morning shoot around as we've done. We'll probably have lunch together, and then we'll make our way up to Reynolds Coliseum.
Thank you.
Kyle, go.
Hey, Jason, hope you're doing well. Kyle Morton from High School at Sea. A couple questions. First of all, you mentioned your junior class, and Adam Harvey kind of jumps off the page a little bit at 6'2", leading your team in scoring and rebounding. What is it about him that makes him such a special, productive player for your team?
He has an extreme high motor. He just loves the game, and he doesn't get caught up in the moments. He just plays, and he just plays hard every minute he's on the floor. And Adam's also an interesting story. I'm not sure if a lot of people realize that 2 years ago we made a run in the regional finals and ended up losing that game. But Adam didn't play his freshman year. He had back surgery going into his 9th grade year, so he didn't play at all, during his freshman campaign. And then last year with the COVID shortened season. So Adam, though he is a junior, has played this season, then obviously the 14 games that we played last season. But he's never let that hold him back. He's continued to just work every day. He's one of the hardest workers we have in practice and then in the games, as you see. And he doesn't get rattled. We saw a little bit in our regional finals game where he got tired because we do our best not to take him off the floor because it's such a valuable piece for us. But he made a couple of plays, but he didn't let those affect his overall game. He made a couple of mistakes and just let it slide off and just continued to work.
Awesome, thank you. And have you gotten a chance to watch Hayesville at all yet? And if so, how do you kind of see this matchup playing out with your style and their style on Saturday?
Well, with Hayesville, so if we're thinking of their senior class with Ash and McTaggart, this would have been the third time we've seen Hayesville in the playoffs. We didn't see them last year because if we had gotten to the second round, we would have seen them. So we're familiar with the team. I mean, obviously they got a lot of new players that we haven't seen, but we know they're well coached. They're going to be fundamental in the game and how they approach it. And we're hoping to do the same. We approach our games that same way. We can play many different styles. So really super excited to have the opportunity here. I guess, some people that I've seen are calling it the rubber match, that third time between the teams, and obviously we're playing at the highest stage here, being that it's a state championship game. So again, we're familiar with them, and we're excited about the opportunity.
Thank you.
Coach Gene Gallen again. Who have you seen the largest improvement among your players? What skill developments have you seen the biggest improvements since the beginning of the season to this point?
Well, I think you'd have to mention our freshmen. We start 2 freshmen. We have a freshman point guard, Bo Harvey, and a freshman forward, Brendan Oldham. And so, coming up from high school basketball, they were with us this summer. For the whole summer, continuing to work on skill development and some of the jamborees and stuff that we attended. But we've got to see a lot of growth from them throughout the year. Obviously playing a full high school schedule, and then here being in the playoffs where every game matters, where every game could be your last. We've seen them continue to grow and to live in that moment. And even at that point, as freshmen, they're not playing like freshmen. They're playing, at this point, like veterans because this will be our 35th game this year. So we don't look at them as freshmen anymore, but we've seen an extreme amount of growth from those 2 young men as the season's gone on.
Victor, go ahead.
Coach Victor again. With this being your first state championship game appearance and obviously potentially your first state championship win, what will it mean to a program, for a school as small as you guys and, having not been a program for even a decade at this point? What would it mean for you guys to win this thing?
Obviously, it would just be the excitement and, the joy of, the work, because a lot of people at the school understand the work that these young men have put in. And again, as previous coaches have said, it's not just when they pick up a basketball in October, it's in the summer, it's in the spring, the work that they did. So it's been great to see the excitement. Being a K-12 school, again, we have students in our elementary building and stuff that are super excited. Our high school is excited. So everyone's really excited about what we're doing here and the opportunity that we have on Saturday. So, and just as Birdie coach had mentioned and the AD had mentioned, we're, putting Chatham Charter on the map. That we go about, we just want to compete at a high level, and we've done that. So we're just really super excited again about the opportunity to play for a state championship.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, what's your schedule going to be like for Saturday? Can you just give us a quick outline?
Yeah, we're hoping to get up to the Reynolds Coliseum about 2. We really want our boys to enjoy the experience and everything that comes with it. So we'll have a shoot around. We'll say probably around 11:30. We'll have a little walkthrough, just go through some final things. We'll eat lunch together, and then we'll head on the bus and head up to Reynolds Coliseum and get there about 2 to watch the 1A women's game and just to enjoy the experience. To see kind of how everything happens at the biggest stage for our young men.
Thank you.
Destiny, you're welcome to go ahead. Sure. Thanks, Caleb.
Obviously, being familiar with the personnel from Hayesville, we're just continuing to do the things that we do. So we practice end of game situations on a daily practice. We go through all the different situations that could arise, so that if those are, those situations do occur in the game, we're prepared. And really, we hold, our defense. We really ride on our defense and how we can guard guys in the half court, and then even in the full court with our press and the things that we can do. So again, we're not changing a lot of how we approach the game. And that's one of the things for myself, being that this is our first time, wondering myself, are we supposed to do something different? And the feedback I've gotten from other coaches that have been there is, no, you continue to do the things that you do. And so that's how we're approaching it. We're going to do the things that we do, and end the game situations, and being in those close games is something that we practice every day.
Yeah, Coach, one more for you. Obviously, we've talked a little bit about Adam Harvey and Bo Harvey. They're obviously brothers. When it comes to the, two of those, main players for you guys, does that sibling rivalry kind of help impact the way they play on the court? Do they kind of make each other better? And kind of how does that dynamic work between the two of them?
And they're very close. I mean, they're very close, and it's almost humorous when I ask, as brothers, having three brothers myself growing up, I know that we were constantly at each other and doing what boys do. And when I asked these young men, I said, "Have you guys ever fought?" And no, they've never. So they've always been very close with each other. They push each other to get the best out of each other. They're constantly, they love the game of basketball, and so I can't ask for anything more than that. They give everything they have when they're on the floor, and just that love of the game, I think you see when they play. They show that. I mean, you couldn't show me one game we played this year in the 34 that we've currently played where you didn't see those two young men going hard. They never have a moment where they take a play off, and that probably is a part of playing with each other. To as a team, as a team, but also as brothers to help this team to achieve their ultimate goal, and that's to win the state championship.
Anything else for Coach Messier? If not, Coach, congratulations. Thank you very much for being on with us today. And you'll hop on over there with Sinclair, and then you can go on about your day. Good luck, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you, and good luck to everyone.